There are only 3 plants in all of PVZ2 that can hypnotize zombies. The Hypnoshroom is the first plant to be introduced in the original PVZ game, which was released on May 5th, 2009. The zombie eats it, the zombie becomes hypnotized and turns around to attack other zombies. Power was introduced later in the second PVZ game with the Far Future update. It hypnotized zombies at random, turning them against their own kind without need to be eaten like Hypnoshroom. The final one is the enchantment introduced as part of the Mint system, which debuted in the early 2019 during special events and pinata parties. It hypnotizes a few zombies and boosts plants like the Power and Hypnoshroom for a short time. And that is just an introduction to the question, can you beat Plants vs. Zombies 2 by only hypnotizing zombies? If you're watching this video, I'm going to go ahead and assume you know at least a little bit about PVZ2, but basically the first world that we're going to be doing is Ancient Egypt, and the first levels are pretty easy, so I created a slideshow introducing the rules and some more details about the plants and the challenge we're going to be doing. Okay, this is the slideshow. Very simple. PVZ2 Hypno Challenge intro. Okay, next slide. Rules. You can only use plants that hypnotize zombies. Exception is the imitator plant, since it basically just gives me another plant to reduce cooldown, since the cauliflower takes a long time to get off cooldown, so I just use the imitator plant to make it a little bit easier. Plant food is allowed since it is a part of the game. I know some plant foods are OP, but trust me, all of these plant foods are not really that OP. I'll be skipping conveyor belt levels because you can't use hypnotizing plants, so there's no point of showing them in the video. Sadly, this is every boss fight in the game is conveyor belt levels, so no boss fights. And number 4, plants that are on the board I can keep and use them, like the level that says like especially the endangered plant levels. Of course I can keep them there, but some levels already have plants on the board and I'm just gonna leave them there because the game gave them to me. And then the last and final rule, Cauliflower. He's actually a good plant, but is costly at 250 sun. He has a big cooldown, so that's what I'm gonna use the imitator plant on the most. Cauliflower has a higher chance to target more powerful zombies, but that means it won't go for the normal zombies like right in front of them. That's happened to me multiple times. And as you can see, Cauliflower is on crutches because he is definitely the best plant out of the 3. Next, Hypnoshroom. His plant food is good, he looks cool, but why the did they make him 125 sun? Next, Enchantment. One of the worst mints. I hate its face. I want to murder it. All very valid points from me. To just show a demonstration, this is a tier list I made of all the power mints in the game. He's definitely down there for sure because all he does is hypnotize like 2 zombies. Like when it says hypnotize zombie, you'd think it would be like hypnotize a bunch of zombies, but no, he hypnotizes like 2 or 3. And then not only that, but this is why I think he's the worst mint in the game. Because at least the other mints that their power doesn't really do a lot, at least they're boosting plants that are actually good. Like Enchantment's family has either big cooldowns or aren't very good, so he's boosting someone who only attacks like 1 time the whole boost, you know, so it's just not very good. Sometimes I throw him down at the end of the game after the whole time of using Cauliflower and Hypnoshroom. Sometimes I just throw him down at the end of the game to make him feel like he did. First day we're going to be covering is Ancient Egypt Day 8, which comes across our first challenge and is the zombies with the torches. They basically burn through anything, so you need to kill them with range plants and stuff. So the only person I can really kill with them is the Cauliflower, and this is one of the reasons why the Hypnoshroom isn't as good in this game as the first game, is because I feel like a lot of powerful zombies you want to actually hypnotize don't really eat zombies. Like the torch zombie just burns through them, the barrel zombie just like runs over them, stuff like that. But yeah, it was tough getting rid of these torch zombie guys, especially when there was more than like 10 zombies on the screen and I only had like 2 Cauliflowers. But luckily I have the enchantment that hypnotizes like 2 random zombies. And then day 9 is basically just a bunch of zombies, bucket heads, torch zombies, and cardboard camel zombies. Basically how the start of every level goes is I meticulously wait for sun to go into my inventory, and as soon as a zombie is like 2 tiles away from getting to a lawnmower, I can finally have enough sun to put a cauliflower down and convert him. Jokes on PopCap, I love being edged. Day 10 and 11 were fairly easy, basically the same zombies, so the same concept and setup and strategy for those levels. Day 12 introduces the zombies in the casket, which is very good because they actually eat, so I can hypnotize him with all 3 of the plants. And once you hypnotize one casket zombie, it's basically like he goes straight down the lane and bulldozes everybody. It's like nuclear bomb versus coughing baby type stuff. Day 13 is a little harder than the normal levels because we can't plant in the first 2 tiles, so we have to plant our good plants further up so they have a higher chance to get eaten by zombies, but luckily this level is still fairly easy with just the cauliflower. This challenge has made me realize how good the cauliflower actually is, but I still don't know if he's worth $5. Yes, this plant is $5. This made me wonder how long it would take for a free-to-play player to unlock every plant in the game, because when I did my last challenge, when I was getting the imp pair, I was just buying seeds whenever I had the chance and watching ads and stuff, and it took me like a week or 2. So I'm wondering how long it would take to get every single plant. No wonder they're still updating it, because it takes 2 decades to get all the plants for the average player. Day 14 wasn't anything special, so we move on to day 15, which is protect the endangered plants. And like rule 4 stated, you can use any plants that they put out for you, especially if it's endangered plants, because you need them to complete the level, obviously. So they gave us 3 sunflowers, so I actually had a ton of sun to actually put down stuff this round. Day 16 is a perfect example of when I said a bunch of times cauliflower just hypnotizes other zombies when there's a zombie right in front of them about to kill them. Day 17 makes it where we can't have more than 14 plants, but it's no worries because we usually only end the game with like 3 plants on the board anyway. Day 18 was a plan your defense level, so of course we made a great wall of shrooms, and in the back we had our heavy artillery. Sadly, our wall immediately got destroyed by the sandstorm zombies that spawned straight on top of them and ate them, and the cauliflower were too slow to react to it. Not only that, since cauliflower target stronger troops, 4 cauliflower beams went straight through this dude. Day 19 is a combination of the 2 objectives, never have more than 16 plants, and don't plant on the first 2 tiles. And as we gone over before, both of these challenges are really easy, so together they're still easy. So day 20 is basically like the other level, except it just gave us 1 more sunflower to protect, and it gave us 400 sun to start out with, so you know this level was easy. Day 21, they give us 3 plants, but luckily we only need 4, so we got to fit them all into this mission. Obviously, this challenge hasn't been hard so far, but it's not really hard. It's more like you have to pay attention at all times. At any time, a zombie can get through and you can lose. Day 22 is basically just day 19, but there was way more zombies. I actually was in trouble here. I had to let a lawnmower go because there were way too many zombies and I had way too little sun. I only had 2 cauliflowers the whole game. That's how much sun I got. And I had to use my last plant food to boost the cauliflower or we would have lost. Day 23, there was no gimmick. It was just a ton of zombies. And again, I got overwhelmed. I had to let a lawnmower go because of the stupid torch zombies. The torch zombies! We ended up holding down the fort as the final wave came in. The great thing about the cauliflower is it can easily hypnotize the gargantuan in 1 shot. Day 24 is the very last level we can do on this world in this challenge. The last days are conveyor belt levels and the boss fight. This day wasn't very hard because once you get the build set up, there's no way for anyone to get through. Every time the cauliflower group is set up, 7 zombies get hypnotized at once and it's over. And just like that, part 1, Ancient Egypt, is over. And I'm going to give Egypt for this challenge a 2 out of 10. There were some levels that gave me trouble, but we didn't lose a single time, so it wasn't really hard at all. But trust me, the later worlds, it's going to get absolutely crazy hard to deal with. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the later parts of this challenge. And yeah, that's it for part 1, and comment anything I should change about anything, really. But yeah.